What's all the shouting?
You read the headlines every day in the Press of Atlantic City. Now, hear the voices behind the stories, along with the newsmakers that make it happen. Business, entertainment, food, sports. Like you've never heard it before. Off the Press with Scott Cronick.
Welcome to our Tuesday edition of Off the Press with Scott Cronick. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day as we go behind the scenes of the Press of Atlantic City at the Shore Magazine and Atlantic City Weekly, telling you all the good things going on in South Jersey. I'm in the studio today for a change, and that's because we have some great people joining us. We have Joey Merlino from Joey M's La Piazza restaurant and his, I'm sorry, what is it? I'm sorry, Montello. Why did I say Merlino?
Because
he's a mobster, right?
He's a mobster.
That's a great way to start, Joey.
The FBI is coming through the door right now.
Joey Montello is with us. He is from Joey M's La Piazza. Did you know Joey Merlino?
No, his family.
You take the fifth or what? Also, Tommy C. is with us. Tommy is a great stinger that you just heard right there, doing Oh Sherry for Four Seasons, great hit. He is with us in the studio as well. Hey, buddy.
How you doing, Scott?
Good, how are you? Also, Tosh is on the other side of the glass. Later on the show, Roger Gross is going to come join me in the studio for his monthly visit. We'll talk about all things going on in the gambling world, literally around the world. And then, of course, we'll even do some sports with Kai Carlin, all from 4 to 6 right here on Off the Press. Of course, if you want to talk to us, 609-927-1100. Joey, long time.
It's been a while.
How are you, man?
Since COVID. That's been a while already.
It's been a while, right?
I'm hanging in.
No, we drove in on the motorcycles
That's
during
right.
COVID.
We were outside
last year.
Dining with your father-in-law, wasn't it?
My father-in-law, my son, or my father-in-law, not my son. Yeah, right, just my father-in-law. And Joey has a great restaurant. It's right on Pacific Avenue in Wildwood, and it's a strange year, right, Joey? What do you? So we just did a story in the press about how there's a lot of people, but they're not spending any money.
Not spending the money. It's the weekends are
okay.
We're hitting it, and then during the week, it's like, okay, we got to watch our dollars.
Right. Yeah. So, Joey, tell us a little bit. We'll get into your restaurant a little later, but tell us a little bit about Tommy, how you guys met, and then I'll let Tommy speak for himself.
Well, I guess it was around 18 years ago.
He was born 18 years ago. Look
just
at the kid.
About,
Are you kidding
just
me?
about.
Yeah.
He was about 7 years old.
Right.
And his grandfather, who was a customer of mine, brought him into the restaurant, and they were having a function there that night, and he asked me if he can get up and sing. So I was on the stage doing my thing as usual, and I brought him up, and he sang 2 songs, and one was Blue Suede Shoes and Luck Be a Lady. So I was pretty amazed at this kid, 7 years old, singing Sinatra. And it's always an entertainer's fear to follow a kid act because, they steal the audience's hearts.
Right.
So I got up the stage and I told him, I said, when he was finished, I said, well, Just I could tell you, stick with it. He was good enough to stick with it.
Right.
Well, 18 years later,
He stuck with it.
he comes to the restaurant, or 13 years later, rather.
I was going to say, it ain't that long ago.
13 years later, and he comes back to the restaurant with his grandfather. And his grandfather asked me again if he would get up and sing, and I said, sure, bring him up. And at that point, I heard this great talent coming out of his voice, and
Were you surprised? Were you like, wow, this kid grew up, huh?
Yeah, and he still needed work, and he came to me, and I took him from here to eternity and back.
Like Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I got him to do he's got a lot of great things going on. He's recording his second album and a third one in progress.
So the one that we just heard, Sherry, was off of your album last year?
Yes, so that's from Yesterday Once More. That was the first album we put out. It was back in October of 2020. Worked on that for a little under a year. Once that went out, right off the bat, we started working on the next project. Now we got, maybe 3 or 4 albums under our belt right now.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
did this
Really?
new release with Bobby Rydell, and Christmas album should be out momentarily, too.
So, Joey, you have a musical history, right? I mean, that's and Tommy, is that what brings you together, Tom?
Oh, absolutely. So this wasn't always it for me. I'm a fireman. I'm an EMT. I did a lot of stuff working up in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
So any day that I was working, Joey and I would basically be talking about new shows going on that we're doing, different things we could do. We'd always bring up Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, all that stuff, and that was our conversation
And
piece.
did you grow up with that kind of stuff? Or what?
I grew up with that stuff with my father's side of the family, who's hardcore Italian, all from Brooklyn.
Right.
And then the 50s doo-wop and the rock and roll is my mother's side. So that's basically what I grew up with. And then once I started singing at the restaurant here and there, found a good friend in Joey. We had that mutual liking of Dean Martin and Sinatra, and
Yeah.
off it went. And then we just kind of kept it going.
Fantastic. So do you remember meeting him when you were 7?
I'm the one that reminded him.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
he
I
had
actually
no
forgot.
idea.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, Joey, you producing his stuff, right?
Yes.
So tell people a little bit about. We know that you can cook, but tell us about the musical side of you. Where did that come from?
Well, when I started in our house, growing up in an Italian house, always with remember the old the TV with the stereo and the
Sure.
record player. Everything was in one cabinet. So in our house, my grandmother loved music, and we would always play Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Connie Francis, stuff like that. And as she was cooking, and I was learning how to cook, I would sing along with the records.
Uh-huh.
So when I went on my own, when I was like 18 years old,
Was that about 100 years ago?
close, close, believe me. And
You look good, Joey. How old are you?
I'm 67.
You
Gonna
look
be
good,
60.
though.
Thank
You look good. Yeah,
Thank
you look good.
And
For an old guy.
For an old guy, yeah. So I started with the restaurant. I started a place in Philadelphia, and I started singing all the time, and it became part of the whole package. So people would actually come in and want me. Oh, you're going to sing? You're going to sing? You're going to sing? So that's what I did, and then going on further, then Bob Pantano, he helped me with my career, and he pushed it. And I got out there a little bit more.
We all know Bobby. He's been on this show. He's a legend in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He's, it's like him and Blavitt, right? The two guys
Oh,
are
no, without a
the
doubt.
two big guys. So Bobby's a little older than you, obviously, and then but he took you under his
He's
wing a
5
little bit.
He took me under his wing. He had faith in me, and he started putting me on. I worked in the New Jersey State Fair for 3 years in a row.
So was he a DJ even back? He was a young DJ.
He was DJing since 1977.
Right.
And I started, not too far after that, singing. And he caught my ear. I caught his ear, rather. And he liked what I was doing, and he put me out there.
So did you record a bunch of stuff, or what did you do?
I recorded 2 albums. And I actually, thanks to Tommy, one sat on the shelf for 25 years.
No kidding. And what, Tommy helped you finish it up?
Tommy recorded one song with me on the album, and then I just released it about 6 months ago.
You should have brought that with you.
I know, I didn't even think.
What
I
was
was
wrong with you?
concentrating on him.
Well, that's nice.
I might have a copy in the car.
Well, okay, maybe on break we'll do that.
Absolutely.
But so obviously, look at that though. He puts you first. That's pretty cool.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
Like I said, we found a good friend him.
So did you ever produce before Tommy?
No, I produced shows because for Wildwood,
right?
I'd done the Block Party for 17 years,
right?
And then we did shows at the Convention Center in December. I was producing Christmas shows, and on those on those shows was Ronnie Spector and Frankie Avalon, Leslie Gore.
And you got to know all
Brenda
of them, right?
Yeah. Well, Frankie I'd known for almost 40 years. Bobby Rydell, the same thing.
Yeah, that was a shame, huh?
Yeah, it was a shock for me. I lost a friend, and everybody lost an icon.
Sure, absolutely. Now, by the way, you can go to lapiazzacacina.net and find out more about Joey, not Merlino, but Montello, and maybe he has a story on there about Joey Merlino. I don't know, but and then Tommy, what's the best way to find out about you?
If you actually go to thevoiceoftribute.com.
Say that again?
Thevoiceoftribute.com.
Okay.
That's my personal website. That has all the dates of where I'm going to be, the places I'll be. You can purchase all the albums that we put out on there. You could listen to a couple songs. And, of course, there's a whole bunch of pictures on there as well of all the people that I've performed with, shared a stage with, shared microphones with. It's
nice.
There's a lot of people in there.
Now, Joey, who did you? Now, you performed with, and by the way, if you go to La Piazza, Tommy might be there. Joey might get up and sing, and that's how I knew you. Mike Devine brought me down to the Old Supper Club, which was across the street from where you are now. Right?
Right.
And
or down the block.
Or down the block a little bit, right? And that's when I met you, and I walked in the door, and you didn't know I was coming or nothing, and you're on stage. Literally, you were on stage. And then one of the other times I went on stage, and Bobby Rydell was in there with you.
Yes.
Right? Am I wrong? Or I'm pretty sure
right.
that
Rydell and I
he used to come in quite a bit, right?
Yes, he did. It was his home from home, because Wildwood, when he came to Wildwood,
and he only did like one or two songs, but I remember literally sitting there, and all of a sudden Bobby's with you up there on stage. And I was like, wow.
And I was honored because he was comfortable enough to perform with me.
Yeah.
And he was very particular about his vocals and
Sure.
lyrics and everything. And
Sure.
I would sing, and and then all of a sudden I see him getting up from his chair, and he walk across the floor, and I thought, oh my God, he's coming up here.
So how's the voice now? Are you still good? You still singing?
Me? I'm singing.
Yeah?
This guy keeps me going. Believe me.
How does he sing, Tom? He still sings?
It depends on the day.
But Joey, I mean, the thing is that it's you have a passion for cooking, but the music is really deep.
It's in my blood.
Yeah,
and it's in my blood, and I love it. I always make a statement. I bought the restaurant to secure my singing career, because nobody can fire me now.
That's true. But Tommy, we always talk about the good old days, and you won't. You're too young to remember them. But we sound like old guys, but there really were good old days, right, Joey? I mean, and we're not going to get those back, and it's kind of sad. But guys like Tommy can help us at least. You know what I mean? Find that next voice, right, Tommy? And I guess you hope that's what you do, right?
Listen, if it weren't for Joey, I would have never met anybody that I've met so far,
right,
up until now,
right?
And that's exactly.
And
who
have you met? Who have you been on stage with?
We've been with Vito Piccone and the Elegants, Jay Siegel and the Tokens, the Duprees, Bobby Wilson. I'm actually doing a show in a couple months with Eddie Holman. Of course, Bobby Rydell was one of the biggest names that I've been with.
Lou Christie.
Lou Christie coming up in October.
It's great that how old are you, Tommy?
25.
It's great that 25-year-old can rattle those names off, right? How many guys can do that? Not too many.
Exactly.
Right?
No, it's phenomenal, and I thank him for it all. And that's exactly what it is. Anytime we're with these guys, they all talk about the good old days way back when.
Yeah.
And it's nice to just sit back and listen.
It's fun,
cool.
right? Even though you weren't there, it's fun.
Listen, they make me feel like I was there, though.
Right.
It was great.
Absolutely. And it is, like. It's a little sad, right, Joey? I got to admit. And the older I get, the sadder I get about it. And I reminisce about stuff, and I think all the time, the internet certainly has made our lives a lot better, but it's also destroyed a lot of things that were innocent. You know what I mean?
Well,
like things
exactly.
that, and we'll never get that back.
We lost touch, we lost touch with reality, because these things are in our hand 24/7.
24/7.
And I hate it.
But we're all guilty of it. You got it, I got it.
Listen.
Even though we're sad about it, we're doing it. You know what I mean?
He's talking about the phone, folks, for those that are listening at home.
Yeah, use your imagination there, guys. But if you look at my hand, you see the pulse coming out of that right there?
Yeah.
See that?
Uh-huh.
That's because of this.
Oh, because you got like a little thing going on.
Oh,
You got
yeah.
a little,
And I'm constantly with the phone in my hand, and I try not to.
I know. Me too.
I try not to.
Me too.
Because it's we're here conversation. I mean, nothing kills me when
So-
you're sitting across from somebody and they're at the table and they're both on the phone.
So, Joey, by the way, Tommy has recorded by the way, go to the voice of tribute.com and learn more about Tommy. They recorded a song with Bobby Rydell before he passed, so we're going to play that after the break. But what do you see in this, in Tommy? What makes you take such time with him?
Well, I think when I first heard him sing, it wasn't, the voice was good. But then he did this falsetto. He has this falsetto with, he did Frankie Valli.
Which we heard
on Sherry.
Yeah.
And I said, this is a hook. Because everybody and their mother wants to be a Sinatra singer.
Yeah.
And that's the way he came to me.
And he can do
His
that too, right?
grandfather wanted him to sing Sinatra.
Well, I'm from the same place.
Well,
Right.
Okay, now.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
You're from
Sinatra,
Hoboken?
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
That's singing Sinatra in La Piazza is not going to happen.
Not allowed to
Because
do
there's
it.
only one person that does it.
You.
And that's me. so the thing is, and they're a dime a dozen. Everybody wants to be Sinatra. So there's so many people sing Sinatra.
Well, his voice is easy. Listen, he had an amazing voice, but his voice is easier to emulate than say,
absolutely.
Absolutely right.
But when I heard the falsetto in his voice, I said, you know what? You got to do Sherry for me. He did it. He stopped me in my tracks. And from that point on, everyone wanted to hear him sing this song.
Yeah.
So then he went from Sherry to singing Elvis. And that really impressed me.
All right. Well, how about that? We're about 3 minutes out for break, so that would be a perfect time for us to play this song by what do we got?
Stuck
here?
on You.
Stuck on You, number 6, Miss Tasha. And why this one, Tommy? What made you pick Stuck on You?
Well, honestly, the whole album, Scott, is it's 10 songs, 10 of my favorite songs from the 60s pop and rock and roll era. And it's just one of those songs that it always just put me in a good mood. I used to love Elvis as a kid. I used to listen to him. I tried to sing like him as often as I possibly could. Obviously, it never worked before puberty. But this is one of those songs that
And it shouldn't have worked before puberty.
Exactly.
Right. And Stuck on You, but you like just that song?
It's just a pick-me-up song.
All right, let's play a little Stuck on You. By the way, go to thevoiceoftribute.com. Learn more about Tommy C. And you can also go to Joey's restaurant. When is the next time you're going to be there?
I'll actually be there this coming weekend.
Great.
On Saturday.
LaPiazzaCucina.net is where you want to go. Make reservations for Saturday night. Go check out Joey's great food, Italian, amazing food, and then Tommy's amazing voice. But here's a little Elvis tribute from Tommy C. called Stuck on You.
You can shake an apple from an apple tree. Shake a sugar, but you never shake me. Oh, no, sir. Oh, no. I'm gonna stick like glue because I'm stuck on you. I'm gonna run my fingers through your long black hair, squeeze you tighter than a grizzly bear. Oh, yes I am. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna stick like glue because I'm stuck on you. Hide in the kitchen, hide in the hall. It ain't gonna do you no good at all. 'Cause once I catch you and the kissing starts, a team of wild horses couldn't tear us apart. Try to take a tiger from his daddy's side. That's how love is gonna keep us tight. Oh, yes it is. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna stick like glue because I'm stuck on you. Hide in the kitchen, hide in the hall. It ain't gonna do you no good at all. 'Cause once I catch you and the kissing starts, a team of wild horses couldn't tear us apart. Try to take a tiger from his daddy's side. That's how love is gonna keep us tight.
WOND.
must we say goodbye? Each time we part, my heart wants to die. Darling, hear my prayer.
You're listening to Off the Press with Scott Cronick on News Talk 1400 and 92.3 WOND.
Till the end of Carabina, why must we say goodbye? Each time we part, my heart wants to die. Darling, hear my prayer. Try to me your friend. I'll be your love till the end of Carabina mine, Carabina mine, Carabina mine, Carabina mine. Oh, oh, oh. Each time we part, my heart wants to die. Darling, hear my prayer. Come to me affair. I'll be your love till the end of Carabina mine, Carabina mine, Carabina mine, Carabina mine,
All right, you know why I hung in there. I wanted to hear that high voice there, man. Woo, that falsetto, baby.
Unbelievable.
Little, forgive me, Jay and the Americans, right?
That's
I
exactly
get it.
right.
All right,
Exactly
pretty
right.
good, right? That little Caramia, that's Tommy C. You might think it's Jay, but it's Tommy. You can go to check out all of the things that are happening with this great guy and this great singer at Voice of Truth.
TheVoiceOfTribute.com.
VoiceOfTribute.com. I had it. And also you can go to, Joey, what's your website?
Joey M's La Piazza, LaPiazzaCucina.com.
LaPiazzaCucina.com.
.net.
.net, sorry.
Yeah.
All right, before we get back to these gentlemen, over at Resorts Atlantic City, don't forget lots of great entertainment coming there as well. Murder Mystery on the 13th floor. The case of the Beach Ball Butcher is over, but that doesn't mean you can't go check out other great shows like the Forever Motown, Friday, July 29th. This Friday, my birthday weekend. By the way,
Happy birthday.
Saturday is my birthday. How about that? At the Superstar Theater, Forever Motown, July 29th, 9 p.m. Howie Mandel, Saturday, August 20th at 8 o'clock in the Superstar Theater. Tons of great promotions as well. All you have to do is go to resortsac.com. And if you want to get the party started while drinking $5 margaritas, come down to the feel-good atmosphere of the Showboat. Not only are they having Wednesday karaoke nights with Big Al from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. featuring drink and food specials, but at the largest arcade on the East Coast, the Lucky Snake has a variety of fan-favorite entertainment, such as the new escaping Las Vegas-themed 40,000 square foot indoor go-kart track, axe throwing, mini golf, cut-to-win Louis Vuitton machine, storm virtual reality. Oh, wait, did I forget to mention all-you-can-eat outdoor seafood buffet and a circus? The fun is endless, so be sure to come down to Showboat where you're always feeling like a winner after experiencing all they have to offer. Go to ShowboatHotelAC.com. That's Tommy C. and Joey M. are with us. Joey is the owner of La Piazza Cucina. Joey M's down in Wildwood, right on Pacific Avenue. And Tommy is a great singer who performed this weekend at La Piazza on Saturday night. And you can also go to thevoiceoftribute.com and learn more about his other shows. Where else you been playing, man? And where else are you going to be at?
We're usually at Joey's place down in Wildwood. We actually just did a show out in Manahawkin at the what was the name of the theater over there? One of the arts centers out in Manahawkin, right off the highway. And
Okay.
just did a show out in Harrah's, actually, right in Atlantic City.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we were with the
Twice
East Coast
you
Music
and
Hall of
Harris,
Fame.
yeah.
Yeah, we did it last year, too, in November. Did it this year in June.
Great.
I'm going to be at Fox Park in Wildwood in October.
Great.
For the Italian Festival. That's where I'll be with Vito Piccone and the Elegants.
Nice.
Joey D and the Starlighters. And on Saturday night, we'll actually be with Lou Christie. So that's going to be a fun weekend. And then we're going to be in Pottstown, PA at the Pottstown High School, I believe. So that we're going to be with Eddie Holman, the Chicklets, the Times, a whole bunch of other nice guys.
And you'll be back in Wildwood on the 50s weekend with Tommy James and the Shondells.
Whoa, there you go.
That's
the
going to be on.
He's opening up for all these acts, which is great.
That's on October 15th.
And he just
50s
worked
weekend.
at the Rivers Casino in Philadelphia with the Blue Notes two weeks ago.
Maybe I'll take a drive down to Wildwood on Saturday night.
There you go.
Maybe I'll come see you.
Celebrate your birthday.
That's what I'm talking about. So he's there the 30th, the 6th, the 20th, and the 26th. All at Joey M's. So again, go to thevoiceoftribute.com. You can also go to Joey's restaurant website at lapiazzacacina.net. All right, let's talk a little bit about number one. You're doing a Christmas album.
Yes. Yeah. So we started.
And that's where you were today.
Exactly where we
weird
came right from there.
Is it weird singing "Oh Holy Night" in July or what?
You have no idea. It's one of the weirdest things I've ever done. Like I said, the weirdest part about it is we actually started back in March. We were recording these songs. Not only were we just around the corner, we were actually down in Florida.
It was Easter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was 99 degrees outside. I had the sun shining in,
and you're singing "Let It Snow."
And we're exactly what I'm saying.
Overlooking the water. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it was one of the weirdest things I've ever done, but it's very cool. Joey actually, we're putting an original song on the album that Joey had. Probably what? How many years did you?
I wrote
that?
it.
You wrote it
in 1990.
So your two albums that you did that we talked about, were they originals or covers or a mix?
There was on the Christmas album. There was all
covers.
And then on my regular album, what I just released, there was two originals.
Okay, and is this the same original that he's doing, or
No.
this is a new one?
This is another one that I wrote, and now I cut. Well, he helped me finish a couple lyrics on it, so he co-wrote it with me, and Kit Wharton, who was doing the music and arrangement on it.
Now, Tommy, do you play any instruments or anything?
So I play guitar.
Okay.
Not really anything crazy. I picked it up at the age of 7. My grandfather taught me.
Okay.
So I really just play by ear. I don't know how to read a lick of music.
Right.
I have no idea what I'm looking at, but if you give me a song, I could figure out a couple chords and how to play it.
When did you realize that you had this voice? Like he said 7, he saw you, but when did you realize? You know, obviously you're 7, you don't know a whole lot. But when did it hit you that when you were able to really say, all right, man, like I really do want to do something.
Honestly,
like this. Yeah.
When Bobby Rydell said that he would record a song with me,
Wow,
that's when it kind of clicked. Of like,
so that's not that long ago.
No,
okay.
Listen, this is the most fun I've ever had, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more fun to have.
Okay,
going
all right.
forward.
Before we get to the Bobby Rydell song, so the song that Joey wrote for the Christmas album, and we'll talk more about this from around Christmas. When we release the album, we'll bring you back. We'll do all that stuff. But did it hit you? I mean, does it have a nice meaning to you?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
mean, yeah?
No, the words. It's we were doing it today, and the music and the melody that's with it. It's one of those. It feels like a Christmas song. You could read lyrics on paper. You're saying whatever. Right. It doesn't mean anything. But now that there's music to the words, it has a beautiful sound.
Where did it come from, Joey?
I actually was listening to another song, which was Daddy's Little Girl.
Okay.
And
you love that song. That's it, right? You love that. I remember you telling me you love that song.
Yes. So I wrote the lyrics for Christmas to that song. So with logistics going on with the music industry and getting permission to use it, and if they would allow you to use it, to change the lyrics and use the melody, it was too complex.
Right.
So our arranger that we use, Kit Wharton, he said, well, maybe we can do something. And I said, well, here's the lyrics, work on something. And then a couple of weeks ago, we started working on it. And after he hit the first couple bars, I knew exactly where he was going with the song. And I started to sing with it. Now, I'm going to be singing on the song with him.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
It's
you like that? You like the
listen,
fun, right?
The second I found out that he had this song, I said, well, you got to be on it. You
Wow,
wrote it.
that's
I'm not going to you have to sing it.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, so Bobby Rydell said to you what? How did this come about? Now, obviously, Joey introduced you guys, but how did it come about that you ended up recording, and it's called Sway, right?
Yes. So
okay.
we redid one of his hits.
Two of them.
Well, two of them, yeah. So this was the first one that was released.
I didn't know. So Sway is a Bobby Rydell hit? Okay.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
Ironically, the first day that I sang Sherry at Joey's place, Rydell was in the audience. I had no idea. He was inside, I was singing outside. I started singing the song. 2 seconds later, Joey starts walking out with Bobby and his wife, and they sit down right in front of me, and now they're just watching. Now, I was just right at the very beginning of the show, so I had to go the rest of the show with Bobby Rydell sitting in front of me. So after that, I sat down with him. He came up, sang a couple songs. Then moving forward, thanks to Joey, was with him a couple times, did a couple more things here and there. Back in December, we went out to dinner with Bobby and his wife, and we mentioned it to him.
No, we did it in December.
Oh, we recorded in December. We mentioned it in October.
In October.
We mentioned it to him, and the second Joey said, well, what do you think about recording with him? Bobby said, absolutely. And we started working on it. December, we went out, did the songs, and came out with Sway.
So did you do it together? In the studio? Were you together?
Yes.
Or were you, so what was that like? You're looking across from him and you're singing with the
thing.
guy? I mean, that's got to be crazy, right?
It's different to, I've sang with him before.
Uh-huh.
We shared a stage together. I've seen him perform.
Right.
But it's different when you see that in front of an audience versus...
and there's nobody.
Now there's nobody.
And
Now it's just us.
Just padding on the walls, right?
Yeah, so it was a cool experience.
So why Sway? What made you guys do that one?
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, it was one of his biggest hits.
No,
did he pick it?
Volare was, yeah.
Wild one.
But did he pick it?
No, I picked it. What
You
happened
picked it.
was when Bob Pantano said to me, Tommy did a remake of Beggin', the Four Seasons. And ironically, when we were releasing it, what's the name of the group, Maneskin?
Yeah, Maneskin released theirs back in 2017, their version of Beggin'. But it came to the U.S. in 2020 or 2021, and it hit hard. So everybody was getting into it.
So what happened, when I saw him do Beggin', he was doing it on a video, and we were all homebound from COVID. And I'm watching him, and I said to him, you know what, that song, we're going to record that song in a dance version. So then I listened, Pantano said to me, get another song and make a dance song out of it. I said, all right, I listened to Sway.
Okay.
So Rydell had 2 versions, the original version,
Okay.
and then the disco version.
All right. So you did the original, or
We took the disco version.
You took the disco
I
version.
gave it to our arranger. I said, you have to change it
Okay.
to fit Tommy's voice. And Bobby Rydell. He said, Bobby Rydell. I said, Bobby Rydell's going to record with him.
Because Bobby's 79 at this point.
Yes.
Exactly.
So he does this. He does the track. The coolest thing was, we were in the car with Rydell, driving for an hour, rehearsing the song.
That's great. And Bobby, was he still singing? Okay.
Oh, he sounds phenomenal.
He
No
never
kid.
lost
Well,
the voice.
Bobby was supposed to. He had a tour booked, or at least a show booked here in Atlantic City. He was going to be with Fabian and Frankie Valli,
Yes.
like he usually is, or Frankie
Avalon.
Frankie Avalon, and I mean, he was ready. They were going. I think it was supposed to be in June, and he passed right before that.
yes.
All right, so here it is. Here it is. The world debut of Spade right here on News Talk 1400 WND 92.3 FM. This is Tommy C. and Bobby Rydell. And again, go to thevoiceoftribute.com and find more about this great singer, Tommy C. And go see him this Saturday night at La Piazza Cucino in Pacific Avenue in Wildwood. Here it is, Sway.
When the rainbow river starts to play, dance with me, make me sway. Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore, hold me close, sway me more.
Like a flower bending in the breeze, bend with me, sway with ease. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor.
Dear my heart will see only you.
on the floor.
Dear, what my eyes will see only you.
Only you've got that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, make me sway.
Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more.
Come on, sway, come on, sway, come on, sway. Come on, sway, come on, sway, come on, sway. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Make me thrill as only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now.
There it is, a little sway from Tommy C and Bobby Rydell, and you can tell the differences in those voices, the young guy, the older guy, but you're right, Bobby's still singing his ass off at 79,
absolutely.
huh?
He
Wow.
never missed a beat.
Unbelievable.
And he was remarkable.
How long did it take to do that, Tommy? How long do you think you nailed it?
We did it really. What was it? One day we
Oh, we
basically knocked
recorded
that
it
song.
Couple hours?
No, not even a couple hours. Less than.
He just
less than that.
and he did it just out of the kindness of his heart, right? I mean,
When I sat him down, and when we were talking, he was listening to Tommy, and we were sitting at the table, him and I said to him, "What do you think we go in the studio and record? I'll produce it. I'll take care of the whole production, the whole thing. All you have to do is show up." And he looked at me, and says, "All right, that's what we're going to do." I said, "Yeah, that's what I want to do. I'm asking you." Yeah. So then I saw him a little bit later in the day, and I said to him, "You want to do this?" Yeah. So the next day, I said to him one more time, I said, "Now I'm going back in the studio, and I'm starting production on this. This is a go, correct?" "Yeah, I told you yes."
Twice.
And I said, "Okay, that's all I want to know."
Yeah.
And
Because a lot of people say things you don't know,
You know,
right?
and then he said it in front of, I made him say it in front of Tommy. And then I think Tommy's biggest compliment was after he died, and I'll let you tell the story, what Linda told you, because I already knew the story. See, Tommy's like a Truman. You have to show me. You remember Harry Truman, the president?
Sure.
You have to show me. He was from Missouri. You show me. And so Tommy didn't believe all this was happening. And we went up to Rydell's widow, which is Linda, and she sat him down. And I didn't start the subject. She did. And she told him. And what'd she say to you?
If I'm not mistaken, what you're talking about, she basically looked at me and she said that Bobby wanted to do this.
Oh.
Is that right? Yeah.
Bobby wanted to do this.
And she just kept
It
saying
might be
that.
the last thing he recorded.
It is.
It is?
No, not might. It was.
It is.
Yeah, we have
Every
the
last thing he
last
did.
two songs. The two songs with him are the last two recordings he's ever.
So
he did.
so where will these songs end up? Will they put them on an album?
So right now, Sway is actually available on all streaming platforms: YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google,
Okay.
all those.
All right. And it's great. I'm not just telling you guys. I mean,
Thank
the
you.
arrangement's fantastic.
It's great.
All the
Unbelievable.
voices and the guitar. What is
Like
that?
Santana.
The flamenco sound there.
That's it.
Who's did they have a band come in and do that? How'd that work,
that was-
Joey?
Well, separate musicians.
All different, yeah.
We didn't do
but I mean,
one.
whoever played was fantastic. And it's
Kid
not
Ward.
tracks, right? I mean, those are real deal,
no,
right?
that's the real deal.
Yeah.
It's the real deal.
And that must touch your heart a little bit, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, think about that. You're the guy who recorded with Bobby Rydell. You're the legend last.
And how many people can say that?
Well, no one.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely a great feeling. It's one of those songs. And what's really cool is being 25 and with a full-time job as an EMT and a fireman. a lot of my friends don't really listen to this type of music, 50s and 60s, that type of stuff. But the cool thing is I have all these, I mean, I'm 25, but I'm going to call them kids because everybody else that listens to it, we're all kids. They're listening to this and they're getting into it. The first track on this album is one of my friend's favorite songs.
Right. All right, boys. Believe it or not, that's an hour. I want to go out with a little ditty. Go check out this guy right here, Tommy C. He's at Joey M's La Piazza Cucina this Saturday. Go to thevoiceoftribute.com. Go to Joey's website, lapiazzacucina.net.
And one thing.
Hurry up.
Real quick. What's going to happen on September 22nd?
September 22nd, Tommy is going to be at Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall. We're going to do a night of Wildwood in Atlantic City with Tommy C. and Joey M's Italian food, all happening. We'll give you more details closer to the event. Right here is Dream Lover by Tommy C. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Scott, for having me.
Thanks,
I
Scott.
hope and pray a dream lover will come my way. A girl to hold in my arms and know the magic of her charms. 'Cause I want a girl to call